Well, hello. My name is Ali Renee, and this is my copious spare time. I don't know, YouTube channel, perhaps. Uh, I recorded an episode yesterday and watched some of it, and I was like 150% crazy pants. So I thought, you know what? Let's try again and stay slightly more focused. So this will be a floss tube specific episode. You will find as you get to know me potentially, if I don't scare you away, that I'm a bit of a chaos crafter. I have lots of things that I do. I am a costume design professional and a professor by for my day job. So I already have to do a lot of sewing, crafting, whatever, as a part of my jobby job. But like for some reason in my spare time, which I have almost none of, hence the joke, copious spare time, is I do even more of that stuff. And I often do it not particularly well either, but I try very hard because I want to know, like, my goal is to know all of the things before I die. So I try to learn all the new handcrafts and trades and historical ones, all sorts of things. I knit, I can crochet, I usually don't, but cross stitch, embroider, resin craft, sculpt. I sew a lot. I pretend like I know how to garden. I do a lot of home repair. What else? Paint, draw, etc. So all of the things I've probably done them. Weave, spin, lots of things. So yesterday I was like, I'm going to show you everything. And I realized that's too much. No one wants that much information in one episode. So I thought I'd stick to just cross stitch today. So I'm going to show you the things that I've been working on and some things I have planned. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I recently moved to Wisconsin in the Madison area uh, about 2 years ago, a little less than that. And I hadn't really done much cross stitch in a long time. I mean, I learned how to do it when I was a kid. My mother is super crafty at everything, and she taught me how to do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I still have my first cross stitch. I will look for it. I did it when I was 5, so I've been doing it for a while, but I had kind of stopped doing it because I wasn't really into like I feel like the 80s were very kitschy with their cross stitch. And then I did much more sewing in the 90s and knitting. Got really into knitting in the aughts and did a lot of sewing and knitting. I also did a lot of sculpture stuff. I did a lot of like custom action figures and things like that. I'm from Chicago area originally, and I lived in Chicago for many years, and then got a job at the University of North Carolina in Charlotte in 2015. So I moved to Charlotte I was there for 7 years, and I don't know if you know this about the South, but it's really hot. There are a lot of bugs. So like the combination of like there may be 2 days a year where I'd be like, "Ooh, it's chilly. I need a sweater." I mean, because I'm from Chicago, I'm used to it being freezing all the time. So I was like, "The 60-degree weather is not sweater worthy," where everybody else would be like all bundled up. Um, Between it never being warm enough to wear my knitwear, like my alpaca socks were like fire if I put them on, and then bugs completely chewed through like a ton of my stuff. And I had to throw it out, which was really heartbreaking. All these things I'd worked so hard on and loved, and then they got trashed. Even though I'd stored them properly, they were all dry cleaned. I had lavender bags, all kinds of stuff. They all got chewed. So I kind of like lost the will to knit. I had like so many bins of yarn downstairs, shocking amounts of yarn and fabric in my basement, that I've moved across multiple state lines. But since I've moved back to Wisconsin, I have started knitting again, and I live in a town that has a great knit store. It's called Spry Whimsy, and it's fantastic. And I live really close to it, so I've been going there, doing that. I've had a reinvigorated love of handcrafts like knitting and spinning. I've started to do it again. My mother is really into embroidery. She does slow embroidery. I don't know if you know what that is, where she does like a prompt and she like does these kind of journal embroidery things. They're like amazing. So she had come up to visit me, and I had wanted to take her to something that she'd enjoy. I found that there was needlework store in Mount Horeb, which is this cutie poo boots town. Like, I don't know, it's like 30 minutes from here. That I thought, well, she can get some fancy floss or something there because she'll like that kind of stuff. I took her to Stitch Witchery in Mount Horeb, which is great needlework store. One of the things I found out about Wisconsin is I'm like filthy in great stores. Like there's tons of thrift stores. The thrifting game here is amazing. And there's at least two needlework stores. There's Witchery Stitchery in Mount Horeb, and then there's Lynn's in Madison Art Supply, Lynn's Art Supply, I think is the name of it. And then there's a couple quilting stores. I haven't been to any of those beyond TLC Quilting and Janesville, which is nice. And then there's another with, there are two needlework stores in Roscoe, Illinois, which is like, I don't know, it's like an hour, not too far. It's just like over the border, sort of near Rockford area. And there's a one there that I went to recently and bought some stuff. And then a new one just opened. I can't remember the name of it. Something about tea. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to going back there because it's not too far and it's on the way to my mom lives in the suburbs of Illinois. So it's like on the way. I go there all the time for work. So anyway, so at Witchery Stitchery, I saw this on the wall, ink circles, green damsel. And I was like, I need to have that. It was so amazing. So I'm like, do you have that pattern? How do I do it? And so Mary Ellen there hooked me up with, told me like, oh, you need to get linen and, or you could do it on Aida, but which I'm used to. I had done lots of stuff on Aida before, but I thought, well, maybe I'll try the linen because it looked really pretty on that. And so I found they had remnants, bags of remnants, and I found one that was the right size and a good color. And then I went and picked out the, what is it? It's fancy floss. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll show you in a minute. But here I am in progress. So on linen, which this is the first time I've ever stitched on linen before. It was at first I had to frog a bunch of this, and there's still like so many mistakes, like where I'm like, oh, I grabbed 3 threads instead of 2 and that kind of thing. But you know, it's the first time. What are you gonna who's gonna know? I'll just make sure everybody like keeps moving every time I use it. Oh, classic color work. So I think most of the ones were called for. I think one of them I had to switch because they didn't have it. So it's fallen leaves, and I think it's something spinach. Yeah, spinach. Oop, I just dropped it. Spinach. And blackbird is like a dark brown. And so I'd only ever used DMC before. So I thought, well, I bet there's a way that I'm supposed to do this that I didn't know. So that kind of led me to like looking things up on a University of YouTube's, where I looked for like, how do I stitch with classic colorworks, and then learned that you're supposed to stitch. Because when I was a kid, or when I did it when I was younger, I would like stitch 1/2 stitch and then go back so I could do it faster. So then I learned, oh no, you're supposed to complete the stitch or else you mess the whole point of the fancy floss being variegated, you'd lose that. So I did that. And then I watched a video showing how to stitch in hand because I find the hoop, I do use a hoop when I do embroidery because I'm usually staying on top anyways when I'm doing embroidery. But with cross stitch, I was finding it annoying to have to keep doing this. So then I'm like, well, isn't there a way I could just stay on top? And then saw a video where someone was doing it and calling it stitching in hand. I'm like, oh, that makes more sense to me because I'm a really fast hand sewer. So now I can, when I do it that way, I can like, it feels totally normal to me. Like that's how I usually sew. So doing it this way, I'm able to get things done faster and feels more natural to me and less like stress on my hands. I think I also don't like holding the frame. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So this was the first one, and I've been working on this for like, I don't know. So it's been probably a year on and off. I'm getting some progress on it. I keep it in this little, I made myself when I started watching more Flosstube, which you all are such wonderful / horrible enablers. I learned that there's things called project bags. And I'm like, I want a project bag. So I had made this this cute little like fanny pack out of a Sallie tomato kit that I bought at the Quilt Con, whatever the quilt thing is here in Madison, the Great American quilting show. I think it's called in Madison, which is amazing. And I spent so much money there. So I had this cute little bag that I'd made and had some leftover fabric. So I used it to make this, and it's not cotton steel, it's Ruby Star, I think, society fabric. And so I just I made this. I don't know, I put vinyl in it, which I now know you're not supposed to use with your pattern because I watched the YouTubes. So, and it's got little pockets here for my patterns, and then a little zipper bag. And then I put my little label on it, which you see, I've had this label made for years because this has been, Copious Spare Time has been an in joke for probably since like 2001. So I've had these for a while, and I put these in all my custom clothes that I make and projects and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's this one is almost, I'm getting close, and I'm excited to like frame it and have an official thing so I can start putting stuff in the background. Other projects that I have, I recently watching YouTubes, and I don't remember I think I heard about this on Cam the Stitcher's podcast, I'm sorry, I'm a podcast person. Cam the Stitcher's YouTube, Flosstube, is the Deadly Aquarium SAL. And so I started that. I'd never done a SAL before, and I'm like obsessed with this idea of them releasing all the time. And then I have a little clue. It sounds so fun. So here's my progress on that. This is on, I think this is an 18 Ada, which I kind of enjoy stitching on. You can't see the holes as much when you're finished. And I like how the stitches are kind of, I don't know, they look kind of fun and chunky. I'm doing it with 2 threads. I like the way they look. It's like plush. And I dyed this Ada where I ombre, like did a little ombre around the edge, thinking when it frames, it'll be kind of fun. It'll be a little, it's a little darker around the edge, and did some modeling. Remember, I'm a costume designer, so I know how to do this stuff. For a while I've been doing this. So it's like, oh, this is fun to use all my other adjacent skills on one thing. I also did floss drops. Is that what they're called? For them. I have all these, like, at one time I was like, oh yeah, sure. When you have a baby, you're going to make a baby book with scrapbook stuff. So I have all these cards from whatever that I have never used, because I quickly learned you have no time for that when there's a child dangling off your bosom all the time. So I have all these and thought, oh, these are perfect to repurpose to make floss drops. So I've done a bunch of those, and I prefer having them pulling out the string this way is so much more satisfying. I tried one project I bobbinated things, and I'm filled with hate for the bobbins and what they do to the floss. So what else do I have? I have probably my big project, the one I started after, I'm doing this out of order. The second, that was a more recent start, the Deadly Aquarium, but which is Lola Crow, I think is the name. I'm obsessed with Godzilla. You can see my little shirt. I love all things. I'm big on Japanese stuff and Japanese crafts, and been learning Japanese. Konnichiwa, everyone. So I'm really into Godzilla and all sorts of kaiju, and I wanted to do a Godzilla cross stitch. And I had found this, I don't think it's in here anymore. Oh yeah, here it is. I found this, an artist online, which I can't find anymore, who had made like a fun combo of the Great Wave off Kanagawa by Hokusai, which is a ukiyo-e painting from the Edo period, taken that and made it into a Godzilla being the Great Wave off Kanagawa. And I'm like, that's amazing. So I wanted to do something similar. So I found this kit on AliExpress, right? So, and ordered it. And it's a painted canvas, which I thought would be really easy to do. So I took the painted canvas and then like redrew the line on the top. I just used a pencil because I knew I was going to go over it, and then outlined it in black, and then started doing it. So here it is. So this is painted canvas. So eventually I will wash this and all these colors will come off. So what you're seeing, all that lime is stuff I still have to fill in, and all that bright red will be like a navy blue. And then all that kind of creamy yellow stuff will be like an off-white, and that's all the water. But I'm getting close. I've been doing this forever. I mean, I now know this is full coverage, and is intense amount of time. And my stitching in this is just very questionable, like all over the place. It's like a mess. I'm hoping it will look better once I rinse this. I have to wash it and then stretch it. I think a lot of things will, just like when you make a sweater that looks questionable, sometimes it looks better after blocking. I'm hoping that will happen with this. If not, it's going to go in my office at work anyway, so at the university, and it will be fun. Oh, you know what? I just forgot. I was going to ask a question of the people who are smarter than me. With one of the mistakes I know I made occasionally on this Godzilla is I had the stitches in one spot. I had the stitches going in the wrong direction. Like I was doing it one way for a long time, and then I switched it up for a couple rows, and then didn't realize it until later. I'm like, oh, that looks funny there, and then realized, oh, it's because I had swapped my stitch orientation. I was like, I'm not going back. It's fine. It's giant. No one's going to notice. But the problem that made me think of this, the one thing I'm wondering about is people that do these mandalas. Like at one point, I'm pretty sure I've switched it because I was doing it in quadrants. And I think I didn't pay attention to which way it went. So I'm wondering how people figure out which way is up. Like, I'm wondering if next time when I start one of these, I need to like sew in a little arrow at the top, because I was like, I mean, I think maybe people that use frames don't have this problem, but when you stitch in hand, it's really easy to get confused as to which direction is. So I'm wondering what people do. Next time I will sew a little arrow in and pay more attention. I'm also I'm using paper patterns and highlighting and stuff. I don't use I have iPad and I have all that stuff in the skill set for it. I just kind of wanted to give my eyes a break from a screen, because I do a lot of my costume renderings on an iPad. Sometimes I do paper too, but I just spent a lot of time with screens. So I was trying to give myself an analog experience while stitching, to be a little bit more zen about it and more mindful. So yeah, I'm wondering if I'm sure there's simple ways, but I'm wondering if other people have simple things that they're doing to keep orientation set beyond just paying attention. Would probably help me, but I can't be bothered to pay attention. What else? Other projects that I have. This is all out of order, but I recently started, I think in more enabling, I think it was Cross Stitch the World, and then Huga Stitcher. And there's somebody else too, somebody else Canadian. Floss and something, Erica. I'm not sure. I'm horrible at this stuff, but I'm watching everybody and they're so fun. But is enabling me to do a Mirabillia. At first I was like, oh, those are all beautiful and huge. And I'm like, I don't need fancy lady dresses. I mean, I spend all day making fancy lady dresses. And I draw them all the time and stuff. I'm like, I don't know if it's for me. And then I kept looking at them like, maybe. And then I'm like, I saw Tree of Hope on somebody's like whip parade or their pattern haul or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. So I started that for Mira May. Here, backwards. So I'm this far. Oh no, I did it again backwards. And here I am. I've got a decent amount of the tree and some of the leaves done, and a little bit of that bird that's right there. So that's I use the call for DMC, and then this is some of the water lilies is right here, which was really nice. I've never sewn with that before. It's really nice. I like it. And this is the called for fabric. I think it's natural brown white shelt 32 or something. I'm enjoying sewing this. It's really fun. So I'm making good progress. I'm sewing on. I usually do some stitching every morning and do some while I'm watching TV. But I rotate between other hobbies because I sew on my sewing machine a lot and stuff in the evening too. So, but as a professor, I spend a whole lot of time in meetings. So I am one that cannot sit still. If you can't tell, I need a project. So I bring this stuff to meetings and work on it there. I got a bunch of stuff done during faculty senate yesterday. Other projects here. This one, I bought this as a costume designer, I have to travel around, and I'm often in a hotel during the week of dress rehearsals, where I have like evenings, and so I have to where I'm in the theater in the evening, and then during the day I'm either finishing up costume notes. But sometimes I end up having a lot of free time where I'm just kind of like trapped in a location. So this is what cross stitch is great for, in knitting too. But often knitting, I find you have to bring more stuff, like especially if I'm doing color work. I don't want to bring all those yard balls with me. So this cross stitch is a little bit more portable. One of the places where I work a lot is in the western suburbs of Chicago at the College of DuPage. I work for a Buffalo Theater Ensemble a lot. And in Glen Ellen, I found there's another cross stitch store called Tomorrow's Heirlooms, maybe, I think it's the name of it. It's right down the street from where I usually am staying. So now I've made it my ritual that whenever I go to town to work, do dress rehearsal, I will like swing by and buy a little project. So this is one of the things I bought when I was there last time, which is this ink circles kit to make a little spectacle case. As someone who now just recently has discovered, much to their chagrin, that I need grandma glasses to read everything. I can't. I'm like, oh, I need something cute. So this is how far I got so far. I did one little fleur, but it's in silk too. It's really nice, and it was cheap. It was like $10 for this kit. It was kind of had everything in it, but I think it didn't have a needle. It has like the little flannel and to make a little cute little eyeglass kit when I'm done. It's fun. I think I might use this pattern and make a couple others to, I think they'd be nice little presents for people. So I might, once I get mine done, I might make some more. So another time I was in town for dress rehearsal, I bought this pattern, this long dog sampler Coddiwomple at the Timeless Tomorrow's Heirlooms. And I'm like obsessed with these now, long dog samplers. So I want to do a bunch of them. Surprise, surprise. I started this on Ada because I was desperate and I couldn't find anything else. And I really like it. It was upside down, but I completely foobarred it in like two spots where like this bird over here, its legs are too long, and like something else is wrong somewhere else. And like, do I start over? Do I just, because then I have, because it's mirrored on both sides. So if I did this chicken wrong, I got to do the chicken on the other side the same way, or else it's going to look weird. So I also am not loving the way the Ada looks around the design. So I'm wondering if I should just stop. Maybe I could just like maybe I just finish this dog and then make a long-legged chicken and then like save this and make it a pocket or something on a bag, because clearly I need more project bags because I've got a lot of projects in these sad little plastic numbers. Shameful, right? So I'm thinking I'm going to stop and just start over, use this for something, because that's a lot of stitching. I don't want to waste it. And then this is just Ada. I'm not going to miss it. I'm going to use the side for ornaments or something. And then I think I'm going to start over on something nicer and try to count this time. I know it's crazy, but I really like these. I think they're so beautiful. I have my eye on a couple other ones, but I want to try to finish one before I start buying everything under the sun, which I know, judicious of me. So now that I started to do this in earnest, like I'm really like kind of into it, obsessed now, I've started to try to build up my stock of stuff, because I had some DMC like laying around that I've used to embroider costumes and stuff in the past, but I didn't really have like, oh, I can go just pull that from stash kind of thing. So what since part of my job is to go to thrift stores a lot to buy costumes for plays, I have made it like my personal mission to save the stashes of dead grandmothers everywhere. Like, because there's so much stuff at a thrift store that is like donated from, clearly like either someone's destashing, like getting rid of their craft clutter or something they're no longer interested in, or it's more like somebody died and they're like 19-year-old nephew is just taking all of their craft stuff to the thrift store. So I am like personally find it my mission to save this stuff and rescue it and give it a second wind in my craft collection. I'm really thankful to those people because it's really helpful and so less expensive to buy things. So like, for example, here is a bag that I rescued recently. hold on, I need my glasses. I can't even read this price tag. That's how bad. It's bad. It is $3.99 for this. Like, I got this whole thing, and it is like filled with some very 1980s kits. But like, I thought, well, you know, it could be fun on a road trip. Like, oh, it's like perforated paper of a long-armed bear with no head. But I'm like, I could finish that and give it to somebody. Yeah, here you go. Like, you know, and there, and it's like, it has the needle, it has all the thread, and there are like 5 of these in here. This one's super cute. Look at this one. It's so cute. It's a little sewing machine. I thought, oh, that's fun. I can do that. This one, little moon. I'm like, you're cute, little cow. It's kind of a dated style, but I'm not mad about it. Ribbon embroidery needles. I'll give this to my mom. She does that. I don't really do that. This one's really cute too. This little Santa. It doesn't have its pieces. It looks like she finished this one, but the pattern is there and it's cute. Little Christmas ornament kit. And what else? There's one more. This I will never make, but whatever. Maybe somebody else wants this. Let me know. I've got part of it. And then, oh, this one is actually really cute. I think it's kind of fun to like, I don't mind finishing somebody else's stuff. Like, here's one. It's like, here's the little flower, and then there's little fabric and stuff in it. And then it's got all the thread, and there's a charm in there. And it's a scissors case. I'm covering up the pattern. It's cross stitch scissors case. So it's got a little posy, and then it'll have the, like, you'll make the little scissors out of it. So that'll be, I'm excited about, I like this stuff's fun. It's so fun. So, yeah. So like, I'm finding this stuff all the time, like lots of like bags. I mean, I got a whole thing of floss away bags with stuff in them labeled for like $3, you know? And I'm like, if I would have bought this in the store, it would have been at least 10 or 15 bucks of the amount of floss that I bought. Another one I did is I've been checking Poshmark and stuff for things too. So I got this whole thing, it's totally brand new, for, I think it was 19 plus shipping, which is like $7. I mean, these are like $70 or something at Michael's. So, and then, cause I wanted to do this, which I found in Cross Stitch. It's so cute. And it's done in étoile. And I thought, that's so sweet. So I want to do that. I love those little like Halloween cats. I love horror stuff. I used to run a horror theater company in Chicago. So I really love spooky stuff. It's totally my jam. So that's why that Deadly Aquarium is totally up my alley. Coffee, very important. The other big score I had on Poshmark is a big one. And I'm like, this was an investment, is I found someone was selling like somebody else's whole stash of stuff. And this, I think I paid like, I don't know, 90 for this, but this case came with, I mean, big butterfly thing. But this is all, it's a whole, I mean, there's tons of them of all, it's Crescent Colorworks. So that's classic Colorworks too, right? Like just tons of it of brand new. Some of them are like maybe gently used, but of all fancy floss. The whole thing is fancy floss, and some Krynic, some mill fill beads, and some needles, even some gold needles, fancy. Yeah, and it was like 132 skeins of crescent colors or cottage colors. So that was like, I mean, I think if you bought that in the store, it'd be at least $300. So, I mean, tons of it. So I kind of have all the colors. I went and put them all in my, like an Excel sheet. And based on like, I found a list online and I kind of have them all now. So, yeah, I'm excited to do some like conversions, or as I find patterns now, I don't have to buy that stuff. It's like, woo, amazing. So occasionally I like just bought a pattern the other day in ink circles, which I'll find in here somewhere, that like had one color I didn't have. I was like, come on now. So here's another work in progress, a whip is I found this at that store in Roscoe, and this is by Brooks Books. It's so cute. It's a little like 3D ornament gal, and I started her. This is the no, that's the right side, and it's on that perforated paper stuff. Which this is, I mean, this I like. It's kind of interesting. I couldn't find the tan that this is like. This is done on that like brown color. I thought, well, whatever, it'll be fine. I'm just going to try it out. But what I like about these, and I went on her Etsy store and I put like one in my cart and then got sent a discount code, which like is like kryptonite for me. I can't resist. That's what I usually do now. I just go and see like, do you like I like something, I put it in my cart. And then if they send me a coupon, I'm like sold. So I went and bought a ton of these because I love them. But as a costumer, this is so fun because this is really nice, like fun, historically accurate clothing. And I just thought, well, this is really fun for me. And I thought I could do a bunch of these and put them in my office, would be so cute. So I got a bunch of this one is the spirit of cross stitch angel, and I got the spirit of knitting and the spirit of crochet. And then I got the Santa and the Mrs. Claus. I'm not a big like Christmas person, but those I really liked and thought they were pretty cute and could be cute on the tree. One other one, I think there was a Jane Austen one I got. Yeah, I just thought they were really sweet, and they were such a good deal, and I thought they'd be decent travel stitching. Or I could maybe even, I get really motion sick in cars, so I don't think I can really stitch in a car too much, but I thought perhaps maybe this I could maybe do because I wouldn't have to look down as much, but we'll see. We'll see. I have a big road trip next week, so I'm going to try to see if I can do some stitching without barfing. It'll be fun. Okay, so here's another one. This is another one I bought at the Tomorrow's Heirlooms in Glen Ellen. And this is Elegant Squid, another ink circle. I really love these, and I love the squids. That's so fun. It'll be great in our, like I've kind of like a lot of horror stuff in my downstairs bathroom. And so I thought this will fit right in with like the Lovecraft theme. So I did this I bought linen in that store. And this is before I knew you're supposed to like find out who did it and who the dyer was. And I don't know. I didn't know. I just bought this. So I have no idea who made this or who dyed it. So it's, yeah. And this is about as far as I got. I had got these two colors. This is Weeks Dye Works, Peacoat. And I had gotten mascara, but like when I started stitching them, they look almost the same. So I don't know how high I was at the time. I just didn't work. When I started to stitch them, you couldn't really tell that there was two different things. So then I went and thought, well, maybe I'll do metallic. Like this is metallic silver that I got, like DMC metallic. I don't know. It's like the gunmetal one. I can't find the name. It's E317, but I hate stitching with it. It's a nightmare. So, but I don't know. I did okay, but I don't know if I'm going to keep it up. It really is still too subtle. So I think I need to go find either another. So this is with that, the green color, the peacoat color. And then I think I just need to go get something else for this that is either lighter or less annoying metallic. I don't know. Maybe I've heard that the treasures that is less annoying to sew with than a Kreinik or the metallics. We'll see. Because I really like this pattern and I want to keep working on it, but every time I work on it, I'm filled with rage. So, and I'm using Thread Heaven and thread conditioner and stuff on it, but I don't enjoy it that much yet. Okay, so another one I've got is I started this. This is from February 2024 Cross Stitcher magazine, and I'm like this far. I changed the colors because I wanted them to be a little bit more, not quite neon, but just different than that. So I thought this would be a nice, quick, like block stitch, do it in a meeting. And then once I get the outlines done, I don't have to have the pattern out. So I could be like kind of low key under a table working on it. No one can kvetch about me, like not focusing, even though like I'm clearly like an ADHD chaos person, right? So like this helps me focus. It's like a stem, right? So I find it helpful to stay focused and not sit through I can sit through meetings when I have something to stab. Let's just put it that way, everybody. Okay, I think that's all for my current works in progress. So I have some things I'm planning on stitching, and maybe some of you want to join me. The if anybody watches this, the probably the biggest thing I want to do is, oh, here it is. So I live in this town where I live in Stoughton, which is a town, it's south of Madison, and has a really strong Norwegian heritage. And they do a Syttende Mai like rager weekend here. Syttende Mai is 17th of May. It's like the Norwegian, I guess it's Independence Day, right? It's kind of, or Constitution Day, where they threw off the yoke of Sweden is what people say around here. I don't know if that's actually true, but it's a great fun weekend of lots of stuff. They do like canoe races, and there's festivals, and there's like these the high school has like a dance team, the Norwegian dancers, who, like, it's harder to get on that than it is to get in football here. And it's it's pretty impressive. They go everywhere and dance. And there's like a bunad, like fashion show, and a rose malling show, and a quilt show, and a hardanger show. And you go eat, lefses everywhere. And it's just really fun. And there's a parade, parties, lots of beers, cream puffs, etc., and lots of crafts. And like the knitting store will set up a little station, and they'll do, like, people will be doing weaving, and they'll be doing that. I can't think of the name of that craft, where it's like with the metal, and they make bracelets and like metal weaving. I can't think of the name of it. And you'll just see that kind of stuff everywhere. There's this guy that like sets up a big like pole lathe, like an old school medieval pole lathe, and like will whittle things and lathe things and do woodwork. And I don't know, I just really enjoy it. It's just adorable. It's just so fun. So in honor of that, and I thought I found this, Mary Ellen at Witchery Stitchery enabled me to buy this, which is Quakers in Scandinavia, by Tempting Tangle Designs, and I love it so much. And so it's so cute. I mean, look at the, can you see? Oh, I'm in reverse. Look at that little troll. He's so cute. I love him in the Northern Lights, and I just love it so much. The Viking ship and the little skier and stuff. It's so fun. So if anyone wants to join me, I guess we can just call it this, maybe a ScandiSAL. I don't know what else we should call it, but I thought I'd start this during Syttende Mai. I have some fabric that I bought some linen I think I bought it at Joanne. It's 100% linen. And when I measured it, it's like a 32, might be a 36, might be a little small, smaller than that. So, because one of the things I noticed is that the polar bear is like hard to see because he's on white. And so you have to backstitch. I really hate backstitching. So I thought it actually might be cool to like do this with a little bit of an all over, like a slight gray model, or maybe even do it a little darker down here, so that then the bear will pop against gray, as opposed to white. And thought that could be fun for the waves and stuff, to have a little bit more color down here to work against. So I might try that. So I have some linen I'm going to experiment with to see if it works. Also because, like, even though as a costume designer, I'm buying really expensive fabric all the time, I find the prices on linen to be shocking to me. And I'm just like, I don't think I'm good enough to spend money on this yet. So I'm like trying to figure out some other ways to make it a little bit more, like, less like sticker shock when I buy linen. And also because I'm really good at dyeing things. So like, I just like kind of want to just do it myself. So I was going to experiment with this and see. I also have some heavier weight stuff from a ruff I made a while ago, so I might use that, but I'm going to experiment and see try dyeing it myself. I'll try to videotape it. So that's a big one. I'm starting, and see if anybody else wants to join me. I think it's a great, really cool pattern. Or just do something Scandinavian for Syttende Mai, ScandiSAL. I have one Norwegian ancestor who's, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, who's not buried not too far from here. So I thought I might put his initials in here somewhere, his date of birth, in honor. of him. He was in the Civil War things. So other patterns that I have that I'm hoping to do something with, the next biggest one is probably, I want to start this, which is another kind of, this would be great for the ScandiSAL too, is the Gera. This is Gnomes in Springfield by Kyoko Maruoka. And I love her work so much. And I love this. I mean, this little gnome guy is so cute. And like the little, the finishes are really cute. I'd love to make them into little sewing finishes. I think are so cute. And I'm so excited about that and thought, well, I also might start that the same weekend as well, because it's coming up. It's like in 2 weeks. It's not next week and the week after that. And while I'll be doing lots of festival stuff that weekend, I also have an online virtual conference that I'm attending. So I will have to be sitting in front of my computer for 3 hours on Saturday and Sunday. And some of the time I have to talk, but most of the time I'm just listening. So I feel like it'll be a good, like maybe I'll start one on Saturday and then start the other on Sunday. And then I can get like both starts happening. So then Kyoko Maruoka also just has a book out, and I'm like, so amazing. It's so beautiful. This cat, I love it so much. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna try to do this entire book. It's really great. And like, it's got 25 patterns in it. I think I paid like $14 for it. I mean, like, that's such a steal, and they're so cute. I saw some complaints online that they don't teach you how to do the finishing in here. But I'm like, I don't know. I see, finishing is not a problem for me because that would be like the least. I can do that in like 1 second. So I'm not even worried about that. I can see how that might be an issue for people who aren't a stitcher. And I want to think I'm going to do the kitty first from this book. I love the kitty so much. And I had some like Aida that came in a kit. It's Aida that, I don't know if you can see it. It's like opal Aida that was like so stiff that I could have built like a house with it. I think I recorded a video of me dyeing this, so you can see. I rinsed it and then did a little dye, and I don't know if you can tell. It's mint. It's really disgusting weather out here right now. So it's like a minty color mottled, and I thought that would be cute with this kitty. So that's my plan for this and this kitty. And this is 18, I think. So I thought it would be cute. And for this, I feel like Ada's okay. There's something, Ada's nice and easy. I like it too. So that's a plan. Another plan I have is, I got this at Lynn's Stitching in Charlotte, and it's, GGR Le Belle Lettre de Gigi. This is when I really didn't know what I was doing. I bought this because I'm like, oh, I love this, whatever this is. I mean, I guess this is like a Quaker style. I just thought I love all the little critters that are in it. There's a little horse, there's like some seals, some bunny holding an umbrella. I mean, it's so cute. But I guess I thought that all the letters were going to be in here, not just F. So I'm a dummy. I don't have any F's in my name. I'm all A's. So I'm going to either try to find the A and then just sell or give this to somebody else. Or I found a bunch of A's online to like I can just rechart the A's with the F's with A's using the same kind of style. Like I can just do it on the computer. So I might just do that. Otherwise I'll just buy the pattern. But what I was going to do is do it with, I don't have the floss down here. I bought some like DMC variegated floss that like goes from like a lavender to a yellow to a gray. It has like a pink in it. And there was a model in the store that had like a Quaker done with like one variegated floss. And I just liked and it was like on a dark, like a pewter gray. And I kind of really liked the way it just kind of like using one variegated color. It made it look fancier than it was, but also just kind of, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I thought, well, that's maybe what I'll do with this is just do it all in this variegated stuff and then change it to A's and not an F. That would be weird. I also bought this one, this is Nikki Creations Numbers. And I loved this little guy. I liked all the little keys and the numbers too. I might try this one first in the variegated to see if I like it before I go attack this beastie large one and go to the work to do all that changing of the F's to the A. Here's another one. I bought this thinking I was going to have time to start this in Manning May as well. And I don't think I do, but we'll see. Maybe I can get started a little bit. And this is a Carolyn Manning Garden Labyrinth Summer. Let me take it out of the plastic so you can see. And I got this at that store in the stitch store in Moscow, which if you ever go there, I didn't catch the lady's name. She has lots of finished Miras and they're stunning, like beautiful in there. I mean, it's worth a trip just to see the finished Miras, which like clearly she's entered in some like state fairs and had lots of ribbons on them because they were so nice and it was really great to see them up close. Yeah, so I thought this was really fun. And I'll probably do this on Ada because the sample's on Ada. And I think with the amount of stitching on here, I think Ada is totally cool and it'll save my life with counting. So yeah, I'd love to make this into a pillow or something, but then no one would be allowed to sit on it. So maybe it'll just be a frame thing. I just thought it was really pretty and I like all the kind of colors. And I think it's got enough. I have heard some people talk about like sometimes they get bored stitching a Carolyn Manning thing because it's like feels repetitive after a while. But this one felt like, oh, just when I'm done with one row of like this style, it'll be on to a new thing. And so I think I won't be able to get bored. Oh, here's one more. Let me show you this kit. I bought this kit. So I did that when I did that Godzilla. I thought, well, maybe I'll do another printed canvas. And I got this one from the internets, from I think AliExpress, and it's a printed canvas and it's all birds. This is from an old painting. I think it's Chinese, a bunch of birds. I love birds. I don't know about you, but sometime mid 40s, I woke up one day and was like, that's a yellow house finch. And like all of a sudden I had all this bird knowledge that it just like was downloaded into my brain. And one day I just decided I loved birds and wanted to spend time looking at them and draw them and stitch them over and over again. So it just happens. Just wait for it, kids. When you least expect it. But also Wisconsin, where I live right here, it's great for birding. I mean, I get all kinds of birds I can see all the time, like just beautiful, colorful, festive birds. I mean, there were just like 50 pelicans in the river down the street the other day. I'm like, what? Aren't those live in Florida? What are they doing here? But it was just like, yeah, I see. There's like a crane almost every day down the street, like in the river, just like having a cigarette. So yeah, it's great birding. So I thought that would be fun to do. And another, the printed canvas is nice because I can do it in lower lighting. Because I spent a lot of time in dress rehearsal too, where it's usually dark and I will have to take notes on my computer screen. So sometimes I can even have enough light from my computer screen to do a couple stitches. And yeah, keeps me from getting anxious when I'm waiting for everything. So I guess the rest of this is just pattern acquisitions. Oh, here's another I'm planning to start. I'll tell you this one. This one is goes with the bird theme. I have a couple like, now that I love birds, I need to stitch birds. And I'm really loving like almost everything Kathy Barrick has done recently. But this one I found in the store. This I got at Witchery Stitchery and it's Time Enough. I just thought, oh, I love that. It's just so pretty. I like the time, the thing about the saying there. I mean, it just feels on brand for me. And I don't know if this will work, but I bought this printed linen with birds on it at Joann. It's 100% linen. I measured it and it'll be like a 36, I think, if I'm measuring it correctly, 36 count. And I thought, well, it might be too much bird on bird action, but I don't know. I thought it could be fun. Because this design is sparse enough. I think it'll show off the birds without being too, I don't know. We'll see. I might try it out and see what happens. I mean, this was not, when I used a coupon, it wasn't very expensive. So it's just, I might mock it up. I can take a picture of it and then lay this pattern on it in Photoshop and see if I like it before I try it. If not, I thought, if anything, that could be good finishing backing on things if I made things into like some sort of tchotchke. So there's that, Kathy Barrick. And then I also bought another one recently. Oh, here's more. This one, I got this at Witchery Stitchery, Majestic Birds. I love it too. I love the monochrome thing on this, like where it's all like these cool grays and stuff and little kind of greenish colors and stuff. I love it. So I'm going to do that. And then some other ones. Oh yeah, here's more bird. So I had gone to Witchery Stitchery like 2 weeks ago to go get the Tree of Hope to see if they had it, because I knew she had a bunch of Mirabillia patterns there. And because I was like, I knew I could order it online, but I was trying to support my local knitting store, needlework store, and then thought, well, by the time I pay for shipping of the pattern, it's, it's not, it's what it might have found it for like $4 less online, but then by the time shipping, it's the same price. So I drove over there after work one day, and then she didn't have it, so she ordered it for me and ordered I don't remember what else. And then put the water lilies aside. Is that what they're called? The silk ones aside. And I was going through, she had a bunch of like the new patterns, and I was going through it and saw this chicken pattern, Le Poulet Pin Keep by Stacey Nash. I was like, that's so cute. And then and I didn't buy it. I resisted. I bought that Kathy Barrick Time Is Enough and then left. And then came back when the Mirabillia pattern came in a week later. So I went back to go get the Mirabillia, buy the witch ult, and get the water lilies. Although, side note, one of the water lilies was wrong. Like on the pattern, it says one color, but you actually need a totally different color. And so then I found out she didn't have that color. I'm like, well, thank God I didn't buy that color and then start stitching it. Cause it's like where all the tree is. It's like a green color. And the one that is on the package is like an off-white. So it would have been a total train wreck if I would have used it. But luckily I found online, someone said that's the wrong color. And then, so that's ordered. So now I have to go back, which means I'll go back and then I'll end up buying more stuff that I'm not going to have time to stitch. But anyway, so when I came back to go pick up the pattern, I was like, can you help me find that chicken party hat? And they're like, she's like, what? I'm like, the chicken with the party hat pattern. It has haunted me. I can't stop thinking about it. And also I think I saw, the Hathaway stitchers were like, they were stitching it. I'm like, I have to get this chicken with the party hat. And then she's like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Is this one? I'm like, yes, look at he's got a little party time, chicken party. So I need to start this right away. So it's definitely on my to-do list. And so, yeah, it's so cute. And I have all these, and I think I'll just convert this all into the Crescent colors or the color works that I have, because it's Weeks Dye Works on the pack. And I'm pretty sure I have all the stuff that will work for this. Instead, I'll do it with that. So that is my next chicken project, and the multiple amounts of chicken and birds I have. Then other patterns I picked up that I like to do is I have this heartstring samplery one that's really cute. I love those flowers, so pretty. And I got these all from the discount bin, so it was like $5, so it felt like a steal. This little, this is Alpha Boo. I like all the little different words up here, so cute. And I like all the little cat and the spooky owl. I just love it. I'm not. There's my Mirabillia bead pack. I'm excited to do the beading. I love beading. I like beading on costumes. So that'll be a good time. Oh, okay. I found it. So this one I want to do. And I bought it's all in Classic Colorworks, and there was one I didn't have, so I bought it. It was like an orange color. The rest I didn't have Marmalade. I think I had all of the rest in that big old box. So I'm planning to do this, and I already have some linen that works too. Some like this gray. It's not the called for, but it's something close to that. So I want to do this because I love a good mushroom. That, and then these are other to-dos. Is I love this. This is one of the second patterns I ever bought there. I bought the ink circles, green damsel. I bought the Gera gnomes, and then I bought this Farm and Folk penny cushions because I'm obsessed with those chickens and that horse and the cow. I just love it. I can't wait. I'm gonna make those. And then this, I'm like all artsy housewife all the time. Like I want to make every single one of her recent patterns. They're so great. I mean, all of them are great. So I kind of want to do all of these. I mean, I love this mellow yellow. I really want to do the, what is it? Like coffee and eggs. I want to do that one. I like the one with the raven that says like gorgeous or something, and the cat that says vicious. I mean, I kind of want to do like everything that's come out. But I like this really like this kind of like retro 70s kind of vibe on this one. I thought this could be really cool in my kitchen. So I'm gonna do that too. And I have some brown linen, I think, already from I bought at Vogue Fabrics that I think will work really nicely. It's I think will be perfect for this vibe. And I have all these colors too. So so that was great. Last two patterns, and then I have some random stuff because it's getting sort of long. I bought another example of like I put it in my Etsy cart and got a coupon and then went and bought it. Is I saw some people, I don't remember, I saw it on a couple different Flosstubes. I think it was on Crossstitch Globe, the Globe, and I don't remember else, somebody else's. Is this Tiny Modernist Zodiac signs? Oh, Hugo Stitcher had it too. And I'm like, oh, I love it because I love the neon, like the like super bright colors. And I just thought this would be so fun to do. So this was a SAL, but now obviously this was from like, I don't know, last year or 2022 maybe. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. I want to dye some fabric purple, I think, for this, do a mottled purple, maybe a purple and gray or something, maybe a purple and black. I don't know. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do black stitching. I think it would be nice on black, on a dark though. So that's why I was thinking purple would be a good compromise. Maybe a purple and blue. I can do kind of a galaxy thing with it. So I'm going to dye some fabric and start this. And then I'm like, I haven't done a biscornu yet. So I feel like this is going to be my inaugural biscornu. I mean, look at that skunk in the mushrooms. I love it so much. I was like this, I wanted them all, but that was the one that called to me. So those are things I'm going to hopefully start within the year. I have one more thing people maybe can help me with is before I knew any better, I like bought another kit on AliExpress, which I know is filled with evil, but but this one, I thought this was an old one, like an old, like those other ones are public domain, right? Like, cause those prints are public domain, right? So it's not like anyone was stealing this. But then this one, I thought, oh, this looks really old. I thought it was public domain, but now I'm guessing it's not. And so like, if you know what this pattern is, I think it's a Prairie schooler. So if you know what that pattern is, let me know so I can go and buy the pattern because I don't want to like steal someone's property, right? But obviously I should have. It just didn't occur to me until later. I'm like, wait a minute. I think this must be stolen property. So if you know what pattern this is, let me know so I can try to buy it. And if I can't find the real pattern, I'll buy some other pattern from that person. So at least I bought something. So yeah, because I really liked all the little critters in it and thought, well, this could be fun. But yeah, so buyer beware when you're shopping AliExpress kits because they're almost always stolen. I found some other ones that I'm like, oh, I love that pattern. And then thought, oh, I'll buy that. And then when I was on Etsy one day, the same thing was suggested to me. I'm like, oh crap, that's a stolen thing. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to. I think it was a witchy stitcher. It was a witchy stitcher pattern that I found that was stolen. It was like that supernatural cryptids or something, Sal. So I'm going to buy those for real, not buy them from AliExpress. Yeah, like it was that, and there was some other one like poisonous plants. I'm like, well, these were perfect for me, but I don't want to steal that pattern, right? Because these are all stolen clearly. So if you know what that is, please let me know because I would like to buy it for real and not steal it. Now last, as I just want to share with you some of my thrift store finds or used store because I think they're so fun. This is the best. This one is the best collections of cross stitch designs and handiwork, and it's a Nihon Vogue, and it was like I got it for like $1 or something, and it's so great. It's like totally up my alley. It's all this is Japanese style cross stitch. I mean, it's so pretty. Everything is so cute in it. I love it. I mean, the flowers are great. I mean, it's just like fun and retro. I mean, look at that hot pink cat. Shut up. I love it so much. So I mean, if you find this book, or I saw some on eBay and they're not that much. I mean, it's totally worth it. It's really beautiful. And especially if you like kind of cute, if you like the stuff like Kyoko Maruoka does, this is really like the same it's got similar vibes, and it's just beautiful. And it's kind of like it just shows you some, it gives you some fun ways to like use these things. There's a lot of like kind of like who uses a placemat anymore? But there's some other things like, oh, these birds, so cute. I love it. This I love everything on this page. I want to do like those birds are beautiful. Every one of those birds is going in something. Yeah, I love it. It's so cute. There's a, I don't want to show the pattern, but a pouch and stuff. I don't know. It was a great find. I also found a bunch of these at the thrift store for like $2 in a big bag together, and it's a bunch of like dragon stuff, which I'm not really a big dragon. Like I don't really do fantasy stuff, but they're pretty. I mean, look at that. So if anyone is interested in some dragon stitching, please let me know, because I like I said, I'm just rescuing it. These are beautiful. So this book I got in the same box. This one, this is a Teresa Wenchler, The Castle. This is Farm Witchery Stitchery, $4. It was probably from like 19, whatever, like 80 or something. Where is this from? It doesn't have a copyright in it. 1989. So yeah, if this is another one I got there. And then this one is pretty sweet too, Dragon Isle. Nice. I like them. They're pretty, but I'm not really a dragon person. I thought I'd maybe do a little one for my son, because he's a big Legend of Zelda kid. This I got $2. This Janlin kit, fully, it's like brand new. And it's I think it's printed on there, and it's embroidery and cross stitch a little bit of the same. But I thought I might redo it with, I'm not really like, I like the birds and I like the welcome, but I might like redo the color scheme. So if I end up doing this, so that it's a little less like, I don't know, I just make it my Christmas stuff, like my winter stuff is more like bright colors, like candy colored Christmas stuff, not like old school Christmas. So if I think I just redid some of this, and maybe it would work. If not, maybe I'll just give it to somebody or donate it somewhere else. Oh yeah, I got these were at the store. It's 2 complete dimensions kits of this cat. It's the same thing. So I have 2 of them. I thought maybe I'd give one to my niece to see if she wants to try doing some cross stitch, because she's like, I don't know, 15, I think. Since I have 2, and then I could do one and she could do one, maybe she wants to try. Yeah, and then, oh, last bit of haul here. These are not, sorry, these are not from thrift stores. That was the last of my thrift store haul. Oh, beyond this, I'm always rescuing DMs, the canvas, Ada. I can get it all the time. It's always like brand new Ada at the thrift store in my town. This was 90 cents. So, and this is the Carolina linen. So I like this one. It's kind of, I like the tone of it. And I thought I'd use it for these. I got these 2 patterns at the Tomorrow's Heirlooms that I really liked. This like scissors and thread and the ribbons and trims. And I was trying to find more of them, but they'd only had these 2, and there's more in this series. So I might try to get, like, there's 2 more that I kind of want to get. I think I can order them online. But I thought I could if I put 4 all on one canvas, it might be really cute. So, and then these 2, the last 2 patterns I have to show that I really liked. And these are Rosewood Manor, and I got these from the discount, the half price bin. And I love, this one has, I just love the colors on it. I might change if I did it, I would either change this or get rid of that. Although it's a nice quote. I just probably would put something different in there. And same with this one, I probably remove the quote, but I love the little acorns and the little deers, and there's a cute little chicken on there too. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what I got. It's too much, too much stuff. Oh yeah, I like the other day. So building up my stash, I'm just been 50% couponing my way to glory right now at Michael's. So I bought this little, I don't know, anniversary collection because I had almost none of these colors in stock. So and they had a 50% off coupon the other day. I'm like, that's a really good deal, because that makes these like 30 cents a skein. So pay attention to that. Anyway, so there you have it. It's ambitious. the amount of things I have that I want to do, but I'm really excited about it. And it's fun to find this. I'm really enjoying every morning. I've been spending my day with a floss tuber with my coffee and my cat and dog on the couch. And then doing, I sit right, oh, it's this side, this sit right there by that lamp and that um, plant. And then do some stitching before I start my day, even if it's only like a half an hour. I usually get something in before I have to leave. So, and it kind of, since I started doing it, I feel a lot more mellow, like having a mindful, just personal time to myself in the morning after child and husband leave for their day. Cause I usually don't have to be at work until 9:30 or 10. So then I can just have a little quiet time to reset and then be on my way. And I've been watching a lot of Flosstube while doing it and just getting some stitching done and then heading out. And it's been really nice. So hopefully you might do that with me too, but we'll see. I don't know how many times I'll be able to do this. I will do my best. In the summer, I have a little more free time because I'm not actively teaching, but I have to do a lot of research and go to town to do plays and that sort of thing. But we'll see. I also have lots of projects to do around our house because I'm the crafty fix-it person. So I have to finish sanding the deck and I want to fix the attic stairs. I have to fix porch stairs. So we'll see. Maybe there'll be some home improvement videos as well. So anyway, well, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you get some stitching done in your copious spare time.